Okay, so you're an actor, and
Mhm.
I'm an actor. I come from that world. It's a grind. It can be, but you also said director, producer, writer. So
Yeah.
where in your journey did you start with that, like with the creation of things, and what kind of precipitated that?
Well, it's so funny. I literally was talking to somebody about this yesterday. So when I first started this journey and like really took it seriously, and I will always hold true. Like I am an actor through and through. That is just who I am. And I think as the journey started going, I've always loved the movies. I've always loved just creating and filmmaking, and I love to tell stories, right? And I think that's where, kind of the director love started to kind of pull in. I did a couple of little pieces in college, but I was kind of like, oh, well, this is just something I wrote and directed, so I'll just do because I have to do this for this class. But really, acting is what I wanted to do. And just as I've been in the space more, it's interesting because then I started finding myself to produce, and I think all of that kind of came from a place of, well, I want to create the things that I want to be in, and I
Mm.
see myself in. I'm not necessarily going to wait for Hollywood to give these opportunities to me, and so with that, that's kind of where the whole all right, well, let's make it. How do we make it? And then being in the space enough as an actor, seeing different things, seeing how things are done wrong, really, I think is probably what taught me to how to do things right. And I was thinking about this recently. I remember years ago, an older gentleman was kind of like my mentor, and he just looks at me. He goes, "You're going to be a producer." And I was like offended because I was like, I am an actor. I know my abilities. And I talked to him like, it was like years after the fact. And I was like, I'm not going to lie, man. That really upset me. I can't believe you said that. Blah, blah, blah. And I was young and, 19 and trying to prove myself and everything. And he was like, I didn't say it. That was like the only thing that you were going to do. I was just saying it as like, this is also something that you're going to do. And I was like, oh. And now it's like producing. I actually really enjoy producing. I would say I'm definitely more of a creative producer, but what producing does is I'm a businessman as well. So I'm 100% a creative. Like that is who I am, but I have a businessman drive. And I think producing helps me do that. And the kind of just a natural leader anyways that kind of fulfills that to be able to then also uplift other people that I know and putting people in positions that maybe they might not be able to have on a normal set or quote unquote normal set, to then now create our sets to be the quote unquote the normal Hollywood sets to really kind of raise that bar. So that way, no matter who's on our sets, no matter what position they're given, they are getting the work, the titles and things that they would on or might not get on a bigger Hollywood set, but still getting the same type of experience and then having a quality product to be able to showcase as well too. So that's kind of all how it encompasses. And I think really just all rooted in just storytelling. I just love storytelling. And I tell my crew all the time, I'm like, obviously we're here to get it done the right way. But it's all rooted in, that childlike love that why we're all here in the first place. You know what I mean? So while we're going through all the auditions, the ups, the downs, the ebbs and flows of what this industry is, I think everything I tried to hold true is like, I'm still that little kid that is either watching the Oscars or still like watching Jurassic Park, wondering like how in the world they made this happen, and it being so real to me, and I want to be able to give that to other people, but also I still want to hang on to that as I'm creating as well. So that's how it kind of all lined up. Yeah.